Hey y'all, how are you? My face is ashy, y'all. Lord, let me lotion my face real quick. Okay, I'm back. My face still look a little ashy. I didn't put on any moisturizer this morning. I'm about to have to say bye-bye to this sew-in, and y'all, shout out to my skin. Like, it's looking clearer. Yes, I stopped some bad habits, y'all. So, and I did this detox, and I'm currently wearing more Glitter Girls gloss. I didn't put on a lot, but the Serenity gloss. So I want to just chat really quick while I'm on my way to get the kids from school. So today we got a yes to the first part of this process that we're going through, and I'm so excited. At first, so I've been working on like my mindset. I've been working on my mindset, and I'm really learning to like practice gratitude and affirm myself and like speak scripture. So y'all hear me talk about all the time like how I've been praying the prayer for God to like enlarge my territory and bless me indeed. And one thing that I really had to learn to start practicing is like, okay, if I'm praying this, I cannot be thinking or doing contrary to what I'm praying. So my actions have to align with what I'm praying for and what I'm speaking. And my thoughts, my mindset have to align with that too. So when I pray and ask God to do something, which I wasn't doing in the past, but when I pray and ask God to do something, I have to like not necessarily go do the work for him, but I have to begin to get to work. And that was my issue before with praying. And I'd be wondering why like my prayers aren't being answered. Why am I not seeing any manifestation, anything like that? It was because I was not putting the action behind what I'm asking God to do, right? So I'm not saying that I was trying to go do the work for him, but I wasn't putting anything into play for him to answer my prayers or even to be prepared for what I was asking him for. But so I've really, since my first therapy session, since last month, the closing out 2020, I knew that like my mindset was something that I really had to focus on for moving forward, which was my reason for going to therapy. And so I've been praying the prayer, Lord, enlarge my territory, bless me indeed. It's the Jabez prayer. And I try to be mindful of like praying that at least 2 times a day. And I've been praying it, but I've been making sure that I catch my thoughts. I pay attention to what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. Really just getting back to me. And one of the things I've been doing too is like, I don't know, last year was, I don't know, like when I got pregnant with my last daughter, she's about to be 1. When I got pregnant with her, that year, that was 2019. It just seems like, I don't know, like, not that I lost myself, but I kind of had a momentum going before I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, I got really sick, which was the first time ever with me being pregnant. My first 3 pregnancies, I was good. And then I was just real sick and I was kind of thrown off. And then even after having her, you know what? I know what it is. I'm not even going to say that I don't know what it is, because he has his way of doing things and making us sit down somewhere and deal with stuff. And I know what came up during that pregnancy. And that was like my marriage stuff. Like, God was really, he revealed to both of us that, we had to work on our marriage, like for real. So you know what, Lord, I thank you, because that right there is like, that's clarity for me of why, I lost momentum in my, while I was pregnant, 2019. Like, I had a good momentum going, y'all, too. Like, I got a mentor that I didn't even have to go looking for. Like, I got a mentor. I had my first speaking engagement, and then the idea for the More Glitter Girls Club, lip gloss for the girls, came. And then it was just like, bam, like I lost it. Like 2020 came and everything was just gone out of the door. But now I'm realizing, okay, so this is what this is going to be about. So when people or things come into our lives and we have a momentum and then we lose them, I believe that it's because we have some things we have to deal with that God has to still work on within us before he allows us to move forward with what we were working on. So he'll stop us in our tracks. And plus, he also reveals like where we really are, right? And the thing, we try to act like we're okay, and God does not want us to put on a facade. Like, he doesn't want us to paint a pretty picture. And perfectionism was one thing that I had always struggled with, and I know that comes from my childhood because my father always, compared me to other people, and everything I did was never good enough for him. And then I had a mother that never said anything, but she would always show up to criticize me from time to time. So perfectionism took a hold of me, right? And so I was trying to paint this picture of like I had it all together, I guess mentally, and really I didn't. Like, my marriage was struggling, financially I was struggling. Like, I was trying to push myself into what I know God told me to do, but I was not ready. And I was not seeking him like I should have been. Like, he sat me down to make me deal with some stuff. That's all that was. So that's why I lost that momentum. And I was fighting even earlier part of what month is this? Oh, this is 2021. So even the earlier, like the first 6 or 7 months of 2020, I find myself, reflecting on 2019 and like what's a great year it was, at least in my eyes. I thought it was a great year because I felt like I had accomplished more than I had ever accomplished with anything that I had been trying to do. So the first part of 2020, I found myself trying to go back to that. And we're not supposed to go back. So that's why I was messing up at too. Like, I'm trying to look back and figure out what I was doing then to attract the things that I had. But God just gave me a taste of it, right? He just gave me a taste. And he was like, okay, here you go. But I'm going to bring you right on back so you can deal with some things that I need you to deal with before I let you move forward some more. And when I tell y'all, like, he's really been dealing with me for real, like making me heal, because, I know I cannot go before whoever he wants me to talk to without, like, I got a testimony. It's just, he's not ready, like, not him not being ready, but he's still prepping me to do what he's calling me to do. And even right now, he's still like giving me clarity about how I am to move forward with my purpose, and I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, I don't even know where I was going with this video with this chat of ours. But anyway, God is so good. We got a yes to the first part of a process that we're going through right now, which is super exciting. Let me text my husband back real quick. I'm thankful for my watch now because I don't have to like in my videos on my phone. To talk to him. I'm still learning how to do this thing. Look, and I still got to go through all of this. Access the microphone. I'm doing a video. I'll call you back. Well, that's my first time doing that, but hey. So we got the first part of our approval for this process that we're doing right now. Y'all, I'm so excited because the crazy thing is, to be completely honest, like, our finances aren't where we need it to be. But going into this, I knew that I said, Lord, right now, nothing will hinder this process. If it's your will, let your will be done. So our credit, our income, whatever the case may be, is not the issue right now, because you are our provider. And if this is your will, Father, Lord, like, if this is the time for us to do this, you will make it happen. So the first time around when we tried to do this particular thing, we just kept getting no's. Like, the doors kept shutting on us. Like, we kept getting no's straight up. Nothing was working out. So now we're attempting to do this again, and the first part of the process was the yes. And like, we totally understand, like, with conditions, because of our financial situation, which I'm currently working on. And y'all, I really be praying and asking God for his grace over getting our finances together, because that always seemed to be an area where we struggle. And I'm not gonna lie, we both played our part in like handling the finances and stuff. So I'm even praying for discipline and wisdom and strategy, because we're spenders. And I'm like, Lord, I know this, and I bring this before you because I know that we're asking for increase, and we need increase, but we also have to show that we're ready to manage the increase, because when we get increase, it seems to be gone like that. So my prayer has been like, Lord, I'm just asking for your grace. I'm asking for wisdom. I'm asking for you to go before us, and you handle this situation. Nothing will hinder this if this is a part of the plan that you have for our family. Lord, I trust you. I'm surrendering. You will supply everything we need. And so far, we got a yes in the first part. So even if the second part of the process was a no, like, listen, we still pulling the trigger, because the door is open. The door is open. And I'm not even looking for answers to come in the way that I'm expecting it to come, even though I speak some things, and I'm asking God to do particular things, but God will give us things in a way that we don't expect it. So I'm not trusting in anything else but God right now. Not in our situation. I'm not even finna be like, no, we can't do that because of this or this or that or that. I'm not looking at none of that. I'm just like, Lord, you will do it if it's your will. And then I talked to a friend of mine this morning. We actually met through a business that we're in, as insurance agents or financial coaches, which is the reason why I decided to become a financial coach, and get into that, because I know what struggle we had. And the thing is, I'm not waiting until my finances are perfect, and I'm not going to wait until I'm making $1 million and stuff like this. Like, obviously, if I'm struggling financially, there's something that I needed to learn. I needed to know habits I needed to implement, things I needed to get rid of. I needed to get my mind right. Even in my household, like, there were things I didn't learn. And I grew up in $1 million house, y'all. That's crazy. And I'm actually gonna talk about that, because I'm planning on relaunching my Mind Your Funds podcast for Fearless Money, because God is really telling me, Crystal, you need to go full on with this, because this is something that I need you to be doing. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that, like, how I grew up in a house with money, but I struggled, and I'm definitely going to share, like, how, even though my dad, like, My dad brought in thousands of dollars a week. Like, I touched it tangibly with my hands. Like, at a young age, I was able to go cash checks. Oop, I gotta go, y'all.